My God, you are going to have such an important outcome right at the beginning of this week. I'm so happy you are going to have such an important outcome, my gorgeous Virgolini, because it is to do with something that has been making you worried, especially lately, like, oh my God. So not only you're going to have such a positive and rather important outcome at the beginning of this week, this in itself, it's to do with your hard work and things you have been working really, really hard for paying off. Not only something, it's really going to start paying off for you big time, but that, particular thing also has been making you feel like stressed out. I mean, especially within the last like about a month or so, which means that it's not only about this positive outcome, but it's about you kind of being feeling so good with yourself, feeling so good, feeling so pleased with yourself, feeling so proud of yourself, because you know that the time that you've invested into this, or this time you invested into something, is finally paying off. So it's about you kind of being really proud of yourself because you made some kind of wise investments, and also at the same time, the reason why you're going to feel so excited, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's also about this stability now finally entering your life, which means that on another hand, this is the beginning of a really beautiful change in your life where you are going to become a really, really active. I mean, this in itself is going to re-energize you. I repeat, it's to do with something that has been making you feel really, really stressed. And I think within the last months or so, it has been quite like, oh my God. So that's why the more stressed you were, you know what I mean, the more active you're actually going to be, because we are talking about exactly the same energy. It's just now this energy is most certainly going to start working in your favor. You are gonna realize that there is an important readjustment you are going to need to make. When it comes to this readjustment, now this is really personal to you, okay? This is going to be very personal to you, because this readjustment you are going to be thinking of making. The reason why you're going to feel so determined suddenly is because you are going to realize what is making you feel so incomplete, what is making your life feel so incomplete. And you're also going to realize, if you don't do something about it, your life is going to be like that. Your life is going to feel incomplete. It's just one of those moments where we realize that there is something really specific we need to do when it comes to starting the certain process of change in our life. We realize how imminent these things actually are. And we also realize, even more importantly, that our lives are going to feel incomplete until we take this very, very seriously. And when you're thinking like, when you're going to be thinking about what's making your life feel incomplete, the more you think about it, the more things are going to start making sense. And something really wonderful, it's actually going to happen. Something strange is going to happen. And it's about this sign which you are going to have, this really powerful omen you are going to have. So that when the moment in time you realize what's making your life feel so incomplete, the moment in time you realize you're not gonna be completely happy in this life until you kind of really tap into it, until you go for it completely. Once you realize this, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are indeed going to have this powerful omen, this powerful sign to every single one of you. This omen and this sign is going to happen in a completely different way. But trust me when I say this indeed is going to get your attention. So you will know, like, as soon as you have this sign, you will instantly understand this clearly. you will understand this in such a way that, you really, you are going to realize exactly, completely, that whatever it's making your life feel incomplete, you will know that this, by you having this sign, you will know how important this is for you to face at this stage of your life, because there are certain fears you're going to need to face as well. But these fears, little bastards, are going to start like kind of drifting away, because as I said, you're going to feel so powerful, and you are really almost immediately are going to kind of feel the need to go and find out a bit more about something really specific, and it's to do with you, like finding yourself on this specific path where this is slowly but surely going to take you out of this situation that's keep on making you feel incomplete, and it's most certainly going to put you on the right path, my gorgeous Virgolini. And that's not all. That's not all, because only like about maybe a day or two after this moment in time, only like about a day or two after this moment in time, there is such an important message that you are going to have. And this message that you are going to have, it's again gonna confirm to you something really specific. This message that you are going to have, it's really going to make you aware of a certain progress in your life. And once you become aware of what this progress is, something that just hasn't been moving on, something that you did not have a lots of great luck with, especially lately, when you become, and this is something really, really personal, like super personal, okay? And when you become aware of this progress in as little as 2 days' time, you will know that nothing, literally nothing, is going to be standing in your way when it comes to you finding yourself on this sacred path in your life. My goodness, my gorgeous Virgolini, once again, one thing is literally going to lead into another. Absolutely brilliant. And you also need to understand that there are probably specific people in your life you really need to reconnect with. There are certain people in your life you need to reconnect with. There are certain people in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini, you've been so busy. There was a lot happening in your life, and I do not blame you for this whatsoever. But you have like maybe a lost connection, not lost connection with a certain people in your life, but maybe you have been neglecting certain people in your life. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Please don't get me wrong, please. But maybe you have kind of been neglecting certain people in your life. Maybe you didn't spend more time with a certain people in your life. And there is one of these people who are kind of gonna maybe try to get in touch with you, and then maybe you're not gonna one of them, and then maybe you're not gonna get in touch with that person immediately. You're gonna think like, oh, I'm gonna get in touch with that person later, and then you're gonna snap out of it. Thank God you're gonna snap out of it, because you're gonna realize, oh my God, I said this to that particular person so many times, or avoided this phone call or this message so many times, and then something really incredible is going to happen. I know you're going to snap out of it, and I know you're going to become aware of what you were doing and you didn't mean to do this. And there are other people going to be who are going to be highlighted as well. This, my gorgeous Virgolini, means two things. Number one, you need to give more attention to those people in your life who mean to you so much. They're precious people, they're gorgeous people, they're those people who really love you genuinely. And number two, it also means that I know I'm not trying to be negative, but I know that you have been going through some kind of a stress, and this stress was like kind of affecting you in such a way where maybe you just kind of disconnected yourself a little bit from like the main people in your life without you even realizing. But this life is going, this life is going like so fast, so fast. Do you know what I mean? So this is why this is going to be an important moment, but it also means that you are coming out of a very kind of maybe negative stage of your life that has been making you feel a little bit stressed, And this is why this is so important. Couple of lessons here, my gorgeous Virgolini, for you to pay attention to. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my God, this week is really deep, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's very, very deep. My God, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, oh my God, you know what? You're going to have a moment where you are going to kind of like really realize, there is something that you're going to see. And what are you going to see? It's really going to inspire you. It's going to make you feel really good about it's going to make you feel really good. What are you going to see? Something is going to really inspire you. And then whatever it's going to inspire you, it's also going to trigger something within you in such a way where suddenly you're going to realize that you are following old ways. And which ways you are following? You're not following old ways. And this old ways you're following, my gorgeous Virgolin, it's pretty much so to do with the certain things that have come to an end. You are at an incredible stage of your life. You are at an incredible stage of your life. This is the stage of changes. You're about to walk through the door that are gonna change your life forever. But before that happens, we need to have all sorts of realizations of things that have been making us feel so unhappy persistently. And the more we kind of take this seriously and the more we put this as a number one at this stage, the closer to our dreams we are going to be. Do you know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. So it's like you're going to realize which old ways you're following. And that in itself, you're also going to realize how unhappy this makes you feel. Not only that makes you feel unhappy, not only that makes you feel lonely, this is even affecting your relationships, for example. It's affecting your concentration levels. It's making you feel really inactive. And on top of all that, it's constantly making you feel really indecisive because you're doubting things you should never doubt in the first place. So it's important to identify what these old ways are. And this goes so perfectly with the rest of this week and so perfectly with what exactly is going to take place at the beginning of this week. So you really kind of you need to concentrate. You really need to focus at this stage of your life because you are going to do this anyway, because you're going to make a really wise choice and a very smart decision when it comes to you really kind of realizing what is kind of frequently, really frequently, like above everything I said here, what is really frequently when it comes to you following old ways, when it comes to you following old ways, you're going to realize exactly the reason why you're going to make a wise choice and a smart move, because you're going to realize exactly what is frequently restraining you, like what is so frequently restraining you that to the point where you just started to kind of struggle with certain aspects of your life. And I know that there is going to be such an intense conversation you are going to have with somebody who's so close to you, somebody who's so devoted to you, and that particular person is going to be able to understand everything. It's going to be able to see everything, literally what you are actually talking about. So this is going to be brilliant because it's going to happen at around the midweek, this realization when it comes to you kind of realizing which old ways you're following. It's more about you being completely open when it comes to all this and realizing exactly what is this, and most importantly, what has come to an end in your life. What has come to an end? Unless you kind of identify this, you're not going to be able to move on. And thank God you are going to. I thank God you are going to, because, like a day or two after, there is going to be a very, very successful negotiation you are going to have with one specific person. And that a successful negotiation, not only negotiation, some kind of negotiation is going to happen, which is going to be extremely successful, but there is this crucial information you're also going to find out when it comes to all this. And that crucial information, it's about you kind of reorganizing your life. But it's an information you didn't know, which is really going to play a huge role when it comes to the starting point, when it comes to all this. Indeed, absolutely remarkable in so many different ways, my gorgeous Virgolini, like my goodness. And also, my gorgeous Virgo, my gorgeous Virgolini, just try to drink as much water as you possibly can throughout this week. You're going to find water beneficial right now more than anything else, okay? And I know that this is going to sound really crazy and bizarre, but when it comes to caffeine, try to cut down caffeine as much as you can. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think at the moment, you're extremely sensitive to caffeine. So, of course, you may not drink caffeine, but if you are drinking caffeine, my gorgeous Virgolini, just try to cut it down as much as you can, because you are very sensitive to caffeine at the moment, to the point if you drink too much caffeine, you're not going to be yourself. You're not going to be thinking like yourself, and everything you go through, it's going to seem so much heavier. This is not the right time to play like this, okay? So please try to cut down caffeine, or try to avoid caffeine as you can at this stage of your life. If you are drinking or taking caffeine, for example, it is very important because you're rather sensitive when it comes to it. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, like my goodness, you're gonna have the beginning of such an interesting experience. My God, this interesting experience is gonna be so good. Something really good and something really positive is going to happen. The beginning of a very, very interesting and the beginning of a really meaningful experience, and which means that your eyes are going to be open and you are going to realize what exactly you are in self-denial. That's what I'm talking to you about, my gorgeous Virgolini, how deep this week it's going to be. Like, oh my God, it's so deep. Like, if I fell into it, I'm not going to be back anymore, yeah? If I fell into it, it's like you're not going to find me anymore, yeah? No, seriously, how deep this week is, because the last part of this week, this meaningful and very interesting experience you're going to have, do you know what? It's all about you realizing certain things, because you're going to open your eyes and you're going to realize what exactly you are in self-denial. You're going to realize what you are in self-denial again here. And that in itself is going to require from you to kind of trust yourself as much as you can. It's not only about you realizing what you are in self-denial, what's not going to work for you, for example, what you are in self-denial, but it's like more about you are in self-denial when it comes to something, and you're going to realize this. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you're going to be able to move on with your life. But it's not only about self-denial, it's also about you realizing exactly what you want. So on one hand, you having confirmed so much what you want in this life, in this world. You see what I mean? So it's not only about you, this self-denial. Forget about self-denial. It's not important as what exactly you're going to realize. You're going to realize exactly what you want. You're gonna like, oh my God, you're gonna realize exactly what you want, and that in itself, it's gonna reflect on you materialistically, and that in itself, it's also gonna reflect on you spiritually, because you are materialistically, because this is gonna lead towards some kind of material gain and material security, and spiritually, because this is also going to start the process of such a beautiful peace and tranquility entering your life. Just remember for how long you've been stressed. Maybe you didn't even realize how stressed you were, my gorgeous Virgolini, but this week it's going to be like, oh my God, this week this is going to become obvious, but it's also going to become obvious that these things are, thank God, are going to come to an end. And so, which means that you are, once you realize here what you want, there is something really specific you're going to do immediately. There is some kind of a certain step on, or a certain move that you're going to need to do. And I see this as a really bold move, really brave move, something that if it came up like about 2 weeks ago, you would be like, no, baby, no. But now this is just going to become such a natural progress and natural, part of all this process here, that it's going to be absolutely inevitable for you to actually do this. This is going to be inevitable, so important. So there is a brave move that you are going to make, something that you're going to need to do, like a really bold move. And that in itself, it's like you're going to find extremely rewarding. Whatever you're going to do, again, it's going to take a further, an additional, like about 11 days. In exactly 11 days after this moment in time, you are going to have such an important message. This particular message is going to be consisting of so many different things. This particular message is going to confirm to you something so important, like, for example, that there's some kind of a problem when it comes to all this is going to come to an end. But this is also going to confirm to you some other things. So it's going to lead towards you having this important conclusion when it comes to exactly what you should compromise right now, immediately, in order to start the process of an ultimate change in your life. Absolutely remarkable this week it's going to be, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. Okay, let me just see what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Virgolini. Let me just see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, let's see. Oh, surprise, surprise. You see, I'm not surprised at all. You are going to have an important message, my gorgeous Virgolini. And once you have this important message by the end of this week, you will know that your life is finally, slowly but surely, moving on. This is so important because I'm telling you, this week is marking, by the end of this week, there is this enormous stress which is going to come to an end, something that has been making you feel so anxious. But the bottom line is, it's just about this important message you're going to have. And that in itself, it's really going to show you the way, really going to show you the way. This is the week not only where you're going to get like such a positive message, this is to do with the progress in your life, but it's also to do with the fact that whatever you find this message to be about when it comes to this progress, this is going to make you feel really happy. Listen to me very carefully. By the end of this week, you're going to have an important message. You will know that the certain aspect of your life, it's going to start to become really successful. It's to do with an important progress of something that has been slowed down for absolute ages. But even more so, it's not only about this progress, it's not only about you being happy, it's not only about you being excited, it's not only about you being optimistic, it's not only about things moving on that have been stale for a while. No, baby, no. This is your sign that you need to immediately do something about it right now while this energy is really fresh, so you can get this going. While this energy is really fresh, you need to do something about it so you can get this going. You need to act now, because you are going to be restricted. No matter what's going to be on your mind, which blockage or negativity you may be thinking of, no, thinking about, no, baby, no. You need to understand, as soon as you become aware of this progress, that you need to do something about it immediately. Regardless what's going on in your life, things are going to end up to be really, really successful for you. Just remember, right now, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are in the flow. You're going to be unrestricted. You need to make the most of it. Very important indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. I'm so excited when it comes to this, my gorgeous people, because this is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever had in my store, to be quite honest with you. This is a blue topaz bracelet, sterling silver bracelet, and it's not only like a genuine blue topaz, but this is also handmade. This absolutely gorgeous handmade bracelet is 10 millimeters wide, so that's quite wide if you know what I mean, and it's also 7.5 inches long, which is a standard bracelet size. What I find it absolutely stunning, look at this, I find it absolutely stunning because the way this bracelet is made, the way it's designed, it's absolutely gorgeous. And also it's a genuine topaz, you know, and the blue topaz, it helps you to cultivate intuition, it helps with mental sharpness, for communication skills, and for self-assurance as well. So when it comes to confidence, this little bracelet, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, I'm not being funny, but as I said, this bracelet is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever had in my store. And the fact that it's got a blue topaz and blue topaz crystal is just so powerful, especially when it comes to, you know, boosting our energy in general, when it comes to our communication skills, when it comes to our intuition. I mean, all these things are always leading us towards us coming out of our comfort zone. So when we wear this, we also at the same time we come out of our comfort zone, which is ever so important when it comes to us having a progress in life. Honestly, my gorgeous people, I don't know if you can see how beautiful this actually is. Blue topaz. And let me tell you, on top of all that, blue topaz, it's quite rare. And I'm talking about a genuine blue topaz here, like a high quality blue topaz. This in itself, it's actually a very, very rare crystal. And it's not only extremely powerful, it's not only extremely beautiful, but it's also quite rare as well. Absolutely stunning. Look how beautiful this is. My gorgeous people, I'm so excited about this bracelet, to be quite honest with you. And you know, if you buy this, you will see exactly what I was talking about, how beautiful this gorgeous bracelet is. And you know, when things are made handmade, you know, they have a completely different energy. You know, it's a completely different energy, it feels different. Do you know what I mean? But I suppose you can only know how it feels once you buy it. But it's absolutely beautiful. You know, it's the type of bracelet that everybody's going to notice. You know, it's just so striking, so gorgeous to look at. But then on another hand, it is ever so powerful because it kind of, you know, brings like tremendous impact into our lives just by wearing it. I mean, anything that increases our confidence, anything that's so positive and beneficial for our mental sharpness, anything that helps, you know, with our communication skills, and anything that helps with our self-assurance in general, we cannot possibly go wrong with, can we? Absolutely brilliant. There you go, look at it again, it's stunning. So, my gorgeous people, if you would like to be the owner of this gorgeous bracelet, again, I haven't got that many of them in stock because they are handmade. You see what I mean? So, once they go, I suppose they will go. But at the same time, if you would like to buy this gorgeous bracelet, my gorgeous people, then you will see that the link is going to be in the description below. Okay, the link is going to be in the description below this video. I also put the link in the card somewhere above me. They're going to be the link for it as well. But I'm also going to place the links on top of the comments. I will pin, this bracelet on top of the comments, and you will see where you can actually buy this. Or on another hand, you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonus in shop, and my page is going to come up that way as well. You will see somewhere on top this bracelet is going to be, because it's it's a brand new item in my store. But I really have to say, it's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And if you buy it, you will see exactly where was I coming from. Absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see the details. The detail, is it focusing or not, the camera? Absolutely stunning. Okay,